Good morning. One of the things about being crazy, as to define crazy, we all know what crazy is. But one of the things about being crazy is you're constantly asking yourself, what's real, what's real, what's real? Because, well, if you, for those of you who have taken drugs, you'd understand what I mean. Like if you're in an altered state, and go out in public, you'll have to constantly ask yourself, what's real, what's real, what's real. Now, for example, some who do acid trips and 13 or 14 hours in will begin to understand how confusing and how crazy this can be. They're nearly there, oh, will this end, will this end, basically, that their mind is not able for it. They're not able for it because it takes so much focus and concentration and everything else. So there's like, if you take someone who's on a 13 or 14 hour acid trip, they're completely uncomfortable with this, and two things is going to happen. You're either going to end up in a nut house because your mind will either collapse or give in or break, like Nietzsche did, or it'll strengthen, and you get more used to this and more used to this and more used to this. And basically, like, it all depends on how you respond to everything, like how you train the mind and how you adapt and overcome. So if you're always asking what's real, can you imagine how confusing it is in a world that's completely immersed in delusion and deception? And when people make money their primary focus, one of the best and easiest ways to make money is through delusion and deception. This is one of the fastest routes to make money. And if you make money your primary objective, then delusion and deception is going to become your primary focus, is in deluding and deceiving people in order to present yourself in a way that they will pay you money for whatever it is you're asserting yourself as an authority on. Do you understand what I'm saying? For example, like one time I used to go to Hamleys in London. That's the biggest toy shop in London. Now, I used to love Hamleys. I absolutely love Hamleys because I'm a little bit, I suppose, Peter Pan. I don't really like to grow up too quick. I love toys and things that stir your imagination, and Hamleys was sort of like a wonderland for me. I used to, like, even like I was working, I was older at this stage, much older, like, but I used to love going to Hamleys and just passing 2 or 3 hours in Hamleys. But one of the things about Hamleys was there was used loads of people that were paid to professionally present toys. Now, a lot of these toys were absolute shite. Toys that, little wriggly things in the ground and little things that used to fly and little magic things. But they used to present it in a way that you, oh, that's wonderful, oh, that's an amazing toy, that's an amazing toy. But the toy itself wasn't amazing. What was amazing was the way it was presented to you and sold to you. But the presentation and the theatrics that surrounded it, that presented in a way that you thought the toy in itself was amazing. And I even bought some of these fucking things, and then you find that the toy itself, without the theatrics and the presentation and the ability to present it in this manner, was bullshit. The toy was bullshit, and it's not the time that I would spend perfecting the presentation of this toy, because I would be only perfecting the presentation of it to delude somebody else into thinking that it was an amazing toy, which wasn't in my interest. But the toy itself was bullshit. You know what I mean? This is delusion and deception, because, like, you played on so many other variables and senses to surround this toy, to present it in a manner that you think the toy is brilliant, but the toy itself was bullshit. It was bullshit. This was sort of the days before the internet, but this is marketing. This is marketing. This is marketing to perfection. And this is what marketing has always been about. This is how Edward Bernays took Freud's work and used it for marketing purposes. This is the psychology of marketing, to present things in a way that make you think that they're much more amazing and necessary than they actually are. But this is why, in order, as I did a marketing course once, and they said in order to sell something you must tie it to an emotion. And this is what marketing is like. If you look at them, you know, the inside of a car, driving up a mountain, making you feel, imagine how that must feel. Imagine how that must feel. I need one of them. I need one of them. So they're exploiting your desires, and in turn enslaving you through those desires, whilst they're loaning you money to buy this stupid shit. But this is delusion and deception. So when you're trying to figure out what's real all the time, you have to say to yourself, well, then what's fake? Now, I made a reference recently, like, you know, a friend of mine in the comments on one of my YouTube videos, where I made a reference to fake DJs. Now, if you're always asking yourself what's real, because the first thing someone could say to me, like Marcus Aurelius said, the opinion of 10,000 men is useless if none of them know anything about the subject. Now, so I've been thinking about this, and I said to myself, well, I'm always asking myself what's real, and who am I to say that someone's a fake DJ? Who am I to say someone's a fake DJ? What the fuck do I know about DJing? I've never done so much as an hour of DJing in all my life. So who am I to... I'm not an authority on the subject. And people could very easily say this to you. You're not a DJ, you know nothing about DJ. And they can kick you back like this. But I refuse. I refuse to accept this argument. Because I still have to figure out what's real and what's fake. I have to process this shit, because for my own sanity, I have to make this distinction in order to figure out, well, what is of value to me, what is not, what's authentic, what's fake. What's authentic, what's fake. And this is the most important thing, authenticity. And so when I say fake DJs, and the first thing then I have to say is, what you see in others, look for in yourself first. Like, for example, I was trying to eat my breakfast yesterday, like, you know, I had this white loaf, and every white bread, it's so easy to eat. Now, I say there's nothing wrong with white bread. It's, as Heraclitus said, it's the dosage that determines the toxicity. Basically, like it's anything at a certain dosage is toxic. But I was eating the white bread, and I was there moaning to the white bread. And every time I went for a fresh slice, so I did 2 or 3 slices, and every time I went for a fresh slice, my soul was going, stop Leah, whoa Leah. And I was there, will you ever leave me alone? Let me eat my fucking breakfast. But basically, I now understood exactly what the Leah Shuckkeever videos was about. What you see in others. Now, I wasn't judging Leah, but what you see in others, look for in yourself first. And my soul was going, whoa Leah, stop Leah. And I now, like, I said, leave me alone, let me eat my breakfast. But now I could ask myself, do I want to change? And whether I want to change or not, the change is nearly inevitable, because now that I've become conscious of it, and the most important thing for me is the goal. So I will, consciously or unconsciously, once I've been made conscious of these things, I will change them. So basically, I'll stop doing Leah on it with the white bread. I'll stop pushing it into my face. And then yesterday I had to sit and think to myself, you know, where did I even, you know, do I want to change? And where did I even get this out? And I know where this originated from my childhood. Because there were 7 kids in it, and when there was a spot of spuds left down on the table, you don't hang about. It's stretch or starve. That was the first thing. And the second thing then was because you had to hurry on, because before your outlet is finished, you had to eat your dinner before your outlet was finished. Because if he was finished his dinner, he used to put his 2 elbows up on the table like this and observe everything around him and go into tyrant mode. You say, you've enough eating. You've enough eating. You can't, you know what I mean, 1 sugar in your tea is enough. But it's only when he was finished his own meal that he started to observe all of us, and then impose his thing on it, which was his place to do. It was his place to do, after all. He was paying for it. But But anyway, I digress. But that's where it came from. And then I just had to ask myself, yeah, well, now I understand this. And I sort of was conscious of it before, because when I used to sit down with the Bulgarians and they used to give me salad and rakia, they used to do the French on it. They used to eat a little bit of tomato, a little bit of cucumber, and drink a little sip of rakia. Whereas I was like sitting at the end of the table like an absolute barbarian, like a pig. I was just mowing the salad out of it. Then I'd get more salad. And I was conscious of this because I was sort of looking at them and saying, you're not eating, you know, you're not eating. But they used to make it, spread it out over a longer period of time. This is according to the correct way to drink rakia, because you have the antioxidants from the tomatoes and the cucumber, and then you can stay sociable while you drink the rakia, not be pigging it like me, but I became conscious of this, and I asked myself, do I want to change? And I decided, no, I absolutely don't. I'm Irish, and this is how we eat, this is how we drink. I didn't want to change, but now that I've become conscious of it, being conscious of it, that it's preventing me, it's obstructing me from obtaining, like, it's my agenda, which is the physique, you know. Like, I'm going to have to cool it with the white bread. I'm just going to have to cool it with the white bread. Like, there's a reason I'm eating the white bread as opposed to brown bread. There's a reason I'm eating the white bread in the morning, but I'm just going to have to stop with the amount, and I'm going to have to stop pushing it into my face till it's all gone. But now I've become conscious of this. I will change. Not because anybody else, not to please anybody else or identify with anyone else's customs, but because it's conducive to the goal. You understand, it's conducive to the goal. But anyway, I was talking about fake DJs and fake DJs. The point I want to make about the fake DJs was, then I asked myself, because my soul said, you know, stop Leah, you know what I mean? I said, So I said to myself, now when I see the fake DJs, I have to ask myself, am I fake? And I can absolutely with confidence say, I'm absolutely not fake. I'm not fake. I am authentic. And you know why I'm so authentic? Because I don't care about the fucking money. I don't care about the fucking money. I don't have to delude or deceive ye to try and make fucking money or present myself in a way that I'm absolutely not. I don't have to do this because I don't care about your fucking money. Genuinely. Don't care about your fucking money. But if I did care about your fucking money, I'd have to make adjustments to my video, and I'd have to start deluding and deceiving you and trying to present myself as something I'm not. Because like when I talk about the fake DJs, for example, like I see all these DJs. I never see Hardwell in my newsfeed. Never see Hardwell in my newsfeed. But these what I call fake DJs are constantly in my newsfeed, and the reason they're in Tomorrowland is because the festivals are now starting to pick these DJs based on their social media thing, which is built on delusion and deception. But for example, like, I never watched their sets, but yesterday I watched all of Hardwell live at Tomorrowland, and you know what? He was fucking. This is authentic and real. This was a real DJ, Fat Boy Slim, a real DJ, Tiesto, a real DJ. And if you want to make a distinction, compare them to the ones that were in all the early days of Tomorrowland. And then as we come up to the closing of Tomorrowland, we had Hardwell, Tiesto, Armin van Buuren, real DJs. And then you have something that you can make a distinction. You can start to say to yourself, now, watch Hardwell's set. You'll see what I mean. He wasn't just like, I was watching what I call fake DJs because I have to make a distinction. I say, what's that little lever or that little knob that they keep twisting or turning or pushing? Because there's absolutely it makes absolutely no difference to the song. For example, Robert Miles' Children, it makes absolutely no difference to the song, the same song that I've listened to for the last 25 years. There's absolutely no difference in tempo, there's no difference in anything. Maybe she's doing the lighting, I don't know, but there's no difference to the song. She's just playing fucking tunes. Now, okay, she's a DJ, she's able to put out an arrangement of tunes, but okay. But then look at Hardwell. Now watch how Hardwell's doing. He's mixing, he's blending, this is fucking DJing for me. This is fucking DJing. Watch Tiesto. They're mixing, they're fucking blending, they're not just, just watch it. Big difference, big fucking difference. But the difference is Tiesto's around a long fucking time. Hardwell's around a long fucking time. Fatboy Slim's around a long fucking time. I may go. Get off this fucking thing.